Hey there, thanks for listening and welcome to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you're looking to grow your business, increase your revenue, and scale your impact, all while staying true to who you are and the people you serve, this is the show for you. I'm Jennifer Tamborski, digital marketing strategist, fractional CMO, and founder of Virtual Marketing Experts. My team and I work with 6- and 7-figure coaches, consultants, and online entrepreneurs who are tired of playing the guru game of one-size-fits-all marketing. They're ready to create a business and marketing strategy that actually builds relationships with their ideal clients, creates massive shifts in their business, and rapidly increases their revenue. As your marketing matchmaker, I'm going to help you find the perfect marketing match for you. This show will teach you how to reach your ideal client, connect with your audience, build that perfect relationship, and generate more revenue. All through a process I like to call dating your ideal client. Now let's go have some fun. Hey there, welcome back to Marketing Matchmaker. Do you ever have a conversation with someone that just kind of sticks in the back of your brain and kind of ruminates in there until you either get this big aha or it sends you down a rabbit hole of like research and trying to figure something out? I actually have these conversations, like really deep conversations with my kids often. And for those of you that don't know, I actually have 3 kids. They're 16, 17, and 19 right now. So they're all 3 in that young adult stage. And super interesting how their minds work. I love having conversations about, life and what they want from life and really like what's going on in the world, their thought processes on that, what they're thinking. All of that kind of information really does, it brings a lot of joy to my life. And this really leads me to this conversation that I had with my 17-year-old. So if the title of the episode didn't already give it away, this episode's all about what my 17-year-old taught me about life, business, and marketing. And I know some of you are probably thinking I'm insane, but I want to tell you this story. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to the bank with my 17-year-old. We're working on life lessons, right? He had to deposit a check. He had never deposited a check before. And so I went with him to kind of walk him through those steps. Sometimes I think those are things that some parents forget to do, but I want to make sure that my kids are fully self-sufficient when they step out my door. Anyway, we went to the bank and Jack, my son, was filling out a deposit slip, and he was so funny about this. It was one of those deposit slips that were 2 pieces, right? It was a transfer so that you could have a receipt or the banker could have a receipt or whatever. And he was like, "Mom, how does this work?" And I was like, "I don't know. It just does. Like, you write on it and it transfers to the back." And he's like, don't you want to know how it works?" And I was like, "Well, not really. It's just kind of part of the world. It's part of my life." And he goes, Mom, that is the problem with you." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "You're not curious enough." He goes, "Doesn't this make you super curious of who created this? How does it work? Why does it work? There's nothing in between. It's just 2 paper. How does this work? And how much pressure do you need to put on it?" And all of these questions that he was asking. And it really did make me think really hard about how curious really am I about life. I mean, we all go about life and we do things that are normal for us, but for someone who's never done it before, it's not normal. It's different. And a lot of people just kind of brush that off and ignore it. Well, my son's incredibly curious, and so he wants to know how all of these things work. If you haven't figured out by now, his plans are to become an engineer. Can't imagine why, right? When I was teaching him to drive, he was super curious about all of the pieces of driving in general. Like, How does the speedometer work? When does it know to go up and down? And how does the shifter work? And how does it know you have to put your foot on the brake in order to shift? And all of these questions. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, these are questions I never had. But he's right in that curiosity should be a huge part of life. It really is super important. I have a friend that's her favorite word. She's always, I'm curious. And that is so incredibly valuable when it comes to life, business, and marketing. Kind of crazy, right? But let me break this down for you. Marketing is more than just throwing things out there, right? It's more than throwing spaghetti at the wall, like they say, and seeing what sticks. It's more than, I have a friend that says spray and pray. You get as many leads as you can, hoping that something happens. It's more than hope, right? Because hope is not a marketing strategy at all. So marketing is really, I call it a heart and science, right? It's about art, the art of copy. It's about the art of imaging. It's about the creative aspect of the human psyche. But it's also about science. And science, my friends, is where curiosity, I think, starts in our lives, right? When we're in 3rd grade, we have a lot of curiosity about our science class. We're learning all of these cool new things and how the world works. But I think at some point in our lives, we lose that curiosity and it just becomes everyday life. And the thing is when we instill that curiosity back into our life, our business, and especially our marketing, we are really able to create something that is different than everyone else. You see, curiosity really helps us to think like consumers. So we get to think like our customer. We become really curious about how they think, what they're feeling, how they react to an image, to copy, to an offer. When we become curious instead of assuming, or when we become defensive because it didn't work, when we become curious, we really have an opportunity to look at things from their perspective, which is incredibly helpful as we're growing our business. Because when we know our customers, we really are better able to serve them. Curiosity also gives us opportunities for new ideas. It will help us come up with new marketing strategies or angles or different ways to communicate, or even maybe different products, services, or solutions that we realize that our clients need. And the reason we realize that is because we became curious about what is keeping them stuck in this stage, in that stage, whatever the thing is. And then we can offer them something as a solution. Curiosity also allows business owners and marketers to learn faster. When we ask questions about what is or isn't working in our business or in our marketing, we're better able to learn fast. And when we learn fast, we're better to implement fast. And when we implement fast, we're better able to get better results faster. So curiosity really does help with us, with our learning stages. Curiosity also can improve our communication and our storytelling. Reality is in today's market, storytelling is super important. Being able to convey our message and our story to our ideal audience in a way that they connect with is what's really going to create an outstanding brand versus a ho-hum brand. So being curious about where your messaging is connecting, and more importantly, where is it not? I once had a client come to us and they'd been through several marketers, 3-4 marketers before they got to us. They were with us for about 3 months and then they moved on to another marketer, and it's a cycle, right? They're just going through marketers to marketer to marketer, trying to find something that works, right? They wanted that perfect system. But the thing is they weren't curious about what it was in their own business that was not working, right? What was it in their messaging? What was it in their branding? What was it in their product, service, or solution that wasn't connecting with their audience? And I'm sure every one of you out there have had clients like that, right? They come to you maybe as a coaching client and they've had 15 other coaches and none of them have fixed them. And I say fixed in quotes because there is no fixing. People aren't broken. They just could use some help to move to that next step. That being said, there are people that are stuck. And sometimes in business, it's hard to get them unstuck if they don't want to be. However, when we become curious about what it is that has kept them stuck, we get to help them get unstuck. And that's where those amazing results come in, right? We're able to provide the results to our clients, whether it's from a marketing perspective or a life coaching perspective or a business coaching perspective, whatever your business is, when you become curious about why your target market or your clients are not getting the results that you think they should be, you're better able to diagnose the problem and, more importantly, solve it. So all of this really comes back to what my son taught me about life, business, and marketing. One of the most important things we can do is become curious. Because when we look at our marketing from a perspective of a scientific curiosity or a scientific experiment, we can try new things, see if they land, and if they don't, we get to use that curiosity to find out what didn't work. More importantly, if it does work, we get to use the curiosity to find out exactly what it was that worked so that we can do it over and over and over again. Without being curious, we become frustrated and impatient when it comes to marketing. I've seen this happen with clients over and over. They throw something out there, they launch something, it didn't work immediately, and rather than being curious about why it didn't work, they just throw it all out and start over again. That's a process that you can go through over and over again. It's kind of an exhausting one. So if you try something and it doesn't work the way you wanted it to work, it's better to look at it from a standpoint of curiosity and going, okay, what was it about that didn't work? Maybe it was simply a small tweak that can be made. You know, we had one client come to us that was just that, right? They had been running a challenge. It wasn't working. They weren't getting the clients. And so we looked at their funnel. We did an audit, and it came down to their hook, right? The piece of copy that's going to grab the attention of their audience. I just didn't feel was strong enough. So we tried a different hook, and it worked. And they had the best results from that challenge that they'd ever had after we made that one small tweak. And sometimes it's just about that. It's about the little things, maybe not the whole big thing. Funnels, paid traffic, marketing in general are all about finding the little things that aren't working and tweaking them, rather than throwing out the whole baby with the bathwater. If you are ready to up-level your marketing and really begin bringing in those clients that you love to serve most, I would love to help you. Head over to yourmarketingmatchmaker.com to schedule a free consultation. I know you're ready to grow. Now you need to know we're ready to help you. Thank you for listening to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear your feedback. Please head over to iTunes and leave a review so we can hear from you. And if you are a coach, consultant, or online course creator who are looking to grow your business, increase your income, and scale your impact, connect with me at yourmarketingmatchmaker.com. I look forward to hearing from you.